Hello everybody, my name is Mackenzie and this is Mac in Action. Welcome back to my channel, or hi if you are new, and please make sure to like this video if you like when I break up my content corner video from my monthly reset video. This is part 2 of my November reset. Part 1, we just did some vlogging and getting ready and resetting for the month, as well as talking about my goals for the month. And in this video, we're going to just be talking all things content corner. So we're going to be talking about the books I read this month, of the fall movies that my husband and I have been watching. If you missed my October reset content corner, make sure to check that out because I rated the other movies we've been watching all fall. And then I'll also be talking about TV shows I'm loving right now, and we'll also go over my TBR list. So we're first going to start with books that I read. So the first book that I read was The Fertility Diet, and I gave this book 2 stars. It wasn't really anything that I hadn't heard before. Even though they did research for the book, it wasn't anything groundbreaking. The second book that I read was Waiting on God by Francis Chan, and I believe there were other authors in this. It was an audiobook that I listened to, and that one was pretty good. I give it 3 stars, and one thing that really stood out to me is one of the preachers in his sermon, he said, "My God, don't play." And he was just talking about how God takes our sin a lot more serious than we do. So we need to start taking our sin seriously. And then the third book that I read was Have a Little Faith by Mitch Albom. And this book I read for my book club, book swap that I'm in. I gave this book 3 stars. I think this author writes really good. I've read his other book, Tuesdays with Maury, and also 5 People You Meet in Heaven. And I think he's a great author. He's a great writer. He's a great storyteller. But the reason I did not like this book was because it really gave way to universalism, saying that there's so many, like, all gods are the same. Every way to God is the same. And that's just not true. But I do think the book was written well. The book was very hopeful, but it very much lacked depth and preciseness in how one is saved. Now we'll talk about my TBR list for November. So I have 3 books that I really want to either finish or read this month. And the first one is one that I've actually thought I was going to get to share in this video, but my hold expired on Hoopla, so I didn't get to finish it. And it is called Pines from the Wayward Pines series. And this is like a psychological thriller book. And I really wanted to read it for the month of October because of spooky season. And it is been pretty good so far, but I'm not quite done. So that one is number 1 when I get my hold back. I have it on hold, but when I get it back from Hoopla. The next book I really want to read is called Wintering. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book, and it's just preparing your body, your mind, and your soul for the winter that's coming. I don't know if I'll agree with it theologically, but I'm interested. I think it could be a good book, so we'll see. And then the last one is called Bad Therapy, and my husband actually recommended this one to me, and when he was telling me about it, I was like, wow, that sounds absolutely fascinating. So if you've read any of those 3 books, comment down below and let me know if you like them or not. Now we're going to talk about TV shows that I have been loving. The first one is Big Brother is officially over. It ended this past October, and I thought this season was so good. This season was finally getting back to the Big Brother that I like to watch. The entertaining, the chaotic, the expect the unexpected. I feel like the past seasons, it has not been the motto of Big Brother is expect the unexpected. And the past couple of seasons, it's anything that happens is just so expected. So this season was the first season in a long time where they used the veto. I think it was 11 weeks in a row. And the person who won, she did a fabulous job. She had a great social game, and she won comps when she needed to. It was just such a good season of Big Brother. I'm also watching Dancing with the Stars. The people that I'm rooting for are honestly all of them at this point, but I really love Ilona Maher and Alan. They're my favorites. She's not the best dancer out of all of them, but she's just so passionate and fun to watch. So I really like her. My bet of who's gonna win is I really think Joey and Jenna are gonna win. Other shows that I've been watching are Only Murders in the Building. I've watched a few more this month, but I think they're really good. I just don't have tons of time to watch TV right now, but I still really like that show. The other one is Abbott Elementary, came out with a new season, and I like that show, but it's more of just like a casual watch for me at this point. I think the first season was really good. The thing because I'm a teacher, I really wish, it's kind of like the teacher's version of The Office. I really wish that they would dive more into the students, because as a teacher, like, the comedy in my job is found with the students, not necessarily with me and my coworkers. So I just think that they're missing something that could be so great by just basically just making it a sitcom rather than The Office for teachers. So, and then the last thing I've been watching and I've been loving is Gilmore Girls. I love to watch that every fall, and I've really been enjoying it this year, just relaxing and getting to turn on Gilmore Girls. And now we're on to our fall movie night ratings. First movie that we watched in October that I didn't get to rate in the last video was The Batman with Robert Pattinson. Robbie really likes this movie, but I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay, but I'm also not super into Batman. And you just also can't beat The Dark Knight. You just can't. The next one we watched was Coco, and I love that movie, so I gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's probably my favorite Disney Pixar movie. I absolutely love that movie. It reminds me of just my family. I come from a Hispanic background, so it reminds me of my family in that way. But also, Mama Coco on the other side of my family looks like my great grandma. So I just absolutely love that movie. It's so good. The next one we watched was Dead Poet Society, the one with Robin Williams. And this one I gave 4 stars. I've seen this movie before and I didn't really like it the first time. I do think it's a really good movie. I think it's done really well. It's just so sad. So that's the only reason I'm not giving it 5 stars, because I think it's a classic and it's good. The next one we watched was Encanto, and I gave this one 4 stars. I think the music is absolutely great, but I think that the plot and everything, it's very, I kind of miss when Disney would just have like, here's the plot, here's what we're trying to do, and it's just very linear and straightforward. And they're trying to do a little bit more like deeper philosophical things, and it's just not, it takes away, I think, of the fun of it sometimes, but I still love that movie. The next one was Casper Meets Wendy, and that movie is so nostalgic for me. I used to watch it when I was a kid, so I give it 4 stars. It is so cheesy, and Robbie and I were talking about it, and it's just like a pun movie, which I'm not even a huge fan of puns, but that movie is just so nostalgic for me, and Hilary Duff's in it, so I give that movie 4 stars. Oh, actually, sorry, I gave Casper Meets Wendy 4.5 stars. And then the last one was Hocus Pocus, just a classic. I had to watch it right around Halloween, and I gave that one 4.5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed my November reset content corner, all the shows, movies, and books that I have been enjoying in October and the things that I'm looking forward to in November. I will definitely make sure to do another one of these at the end of November for my December reset, and I will see you guys then. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!